let me put it this way. If I was not married to my husband in a secret wedding, I don't think we would be married today.
In a secret wedding.
My husband's father didn't know until he died. Except now that he will know, because when you're dead, you know everything, I guess. His mother is going to know when she reads this book. My father knew when he read this book.
Wait. His mother didn't know until she reads this book, and she hasn't read it.
Well, she has it, so I want to believe she has read it. My father too. It was in this book that he knew.
You wrote about pornography.
I did.
In your book.
I did.
Can you talk about it?
Okay, let me put it this way. So I would open up. It's right there in the book. I'll tell him, my brother, I've got the things that you need to use, and you're not using them. So what I did, I picked up my phone, and I tried pornography. I've heard one or two people say it will help you release the energy. Because, I mean, what else are you going to do? It's 1 month, it's 2 months, it's 3 months. We also have the period of really wanting to, have sex with your partner and stuff like that. People think that when you're married, like, men don't see you anymore. The devil is very alive. He brings bright ideas. And a lot of people believe that when you're married and you have a reputation to protect, that you can do it in secret and wipe your mouth. There's a culture that ended their son's life because he married outside their will. And their will is the first son must marry from their place, and he refused.
Oh my
They didn't touch the wife, it's him. The wife, I know her.
He told him, you're going to die.
Yes.
His father.
Yes, because he knew that as a first child, he was supposed to get married from their culture. He knew.
Let's talk about the marriage checklist. What are those lists of things that young men and young women should check before they get married?
One thing that sticks out for me is that you're finding yourself in somebody. You couldn't make yourself happy. You are thinking that somebody else can. If you didn't find yourself, how can someone else find you? A, find yourself.
Yeah.
B.
So before we continue the episode, I would like to appeal to you to subscribe to the channel. We want to grow, we want to scale this thing all the way to the moon, and the only way you can help us do that is by hitting that subscribe button. Thank you. Let's get back to the episode. Elizabeth Sati Abdul Salam.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your new book.
Thank you.
Silent Battles, a true story beyond the vows. What inspired you to write this book?
My marriage.
Your marriage?
Yes.
Yes, I saw that you had a lot of your marriage in here.
Yeah.
Why were you so bold, or what gave you the confidence to write about your marriage in the way you did?
Okay, it wasn't supposed to be a book. I've been a person who journals her thoughts. I believe in journaling more than I believe in sharing with other people. And that's because sometimes I kind of feel like I'm disturbing people all the time. So I journal a lot growing up. So I started journaling. And what I realized was while I was journaling, I had people who I know call me about similar issues that I was going through in my marriage. So I said, maybe this will help them, because some left their marriages even before this book was halfway. So I said, yeah, I think it's worth saving. If it's going to save one marriage, I think it's worth going out there. So that was the reason why this book came out.
Okay, so before we get into this book, you're talking about people leaving their marriages. Is there any condition or reason that you think is worthy of people leaving their marriage?
That's a huge question. It's huge because I'd rather say yes. My Christian background will say no. But my individuality, which is not apart from my Christian background, will say yes. So I'll leave it at yes. In fact, this one, I think my Christian background will agree to it. Violence.
Violence.
Yes. I mean, I have heard of, and I have seen somebody who had scratches on her neck. What the husband did was to catch her head and put it inside a drum of water and held it there. I mean, come on.
What?
Yes. And I wasn't ready to get married at that point in my life when I knew about this happening. She was just a little older than I was. Probably a few first years of our university, years. And that was what I knew was happening. So she had to leave that marriage. And, there was a lot of intervention and stuff, but come on. So that is one of the reasons why I think people should leave. Second reason, you can leave because there's room for coming back. I mean, even if you divorce, you can come back. I don't think there's a rule that says if I want to remarry you, I cannot remarry you. So if you feel as
I
if
think Christian, or let me say biblically, when you divorce, you can come back. I think.
yeah, biblically, and
Yes.
probably some other religions,
Okay.
but there's also something that I believe. Who is looking? Why am I saying that? I mean, I married you. We're divorced and we love each other again. The world is changing. Why can't you guys just reconsider? Because at a point in my marriage, I felt we needed space. That's why I'm saying this. Maybe don't go all the way to divorce, but give yourself space. Now, what happens sometimes is that when there's space, you still feel connected to that person. You want to feel the freedom sometimes, just release completely, and that's why some people go all the way to divorce, so that they'll feel that release and go back into their cocoon or their rooms, their secret places, and find out again if there's need for that. I mean, we do that even when it comes to our lives and religion. I mean, with businesses, sometimes it feels like I'm done. You need some release. You go back and say, breathe again, and find out if you're willing to go. So yeah, I think sometimes if you think that you're going to hurt your partner, if you think you need some release, you could leave. You could take some breather. But divorce completely, I think violence is
Don't you
my
think?
central reason.
Don't you think a breather or release or break kind of gives the devil the foothold
It
to
does.
kind of come in
It
in
does.
your absence?
It does. But even when you're in the house and you are just a bad person, so I think it's alignment.
Okay.
When your spirit aligns with the spirit of God, you're likely going to be doing a lot of the things that the spirit will do.
Yeah.
If your spirit aligns with devilish bad things in your own house, you will do things and put it on your partner's face and said, yes, I did it. We've heard a lot of stories like that. I've had personal stories like that from acquaintances where the husband is like, okay, I'm a woman, so I'll feel more of but yeah, women too do it. They'll go and clean their mouth and come back. Some of them you are seeing text messages. What am I talking about? Here in this I don't want to say just, but yeah. There's a lady that her husband cannot take care of the family. And the husband knows that somebody is coming to see his wife and he's giving her money to take care of the family. And when they have a fight, she'll say, can I speak Hausa? Ka tashi a wurin, ka san cewa kuɗin da kana ci, abincin da kana ci is from this person. So as far as I'm concerned, it does give the devil space, but evil will prevail. If you avail yourself, evil will prevail, good will prevail. You have to avail yourself to whichever aligns with you. Of course, choose good.
Yeah. So what do you think, in your opinion or expertise or experience, is one of those core reasons why marriages are having problems today?
Okay. Core marriages, core issues. Let me say, one is lack of understanding of the marriage. People think it's bliss.
Yeah.
Someone once said to me, I don't want to sin against God, so I want to get married. What is the sin he's saying? The sin of fornication. So he wants to marry. But is that the only thing? You're married. You and I know that there are days that one party is not in the mood and the party is just not in. You can't do anything about it. One day it is you that is the culprit. So what are you going to do on days like that? And sometimes it's not a day. Sometimes it takes long. What are you going to do about that if you get married because you just want to satisfy your body? So I think people get married for the wrong reasons. People get married for that. Sometimes it's because culture. Your culture doesn't align with my culture. We're having misunderstanding. Religion is also part of it. We're of the same religion, but your understanding is different from mine. Let me give you a simple example. Forgiveness. Your idea of forgiveness is to tell me sorry. Because God has already forgiven you, you know that. You're expecting me to act the role of forgetting and forgiving and forgetting. They say forgiveness is divine. There's something about forgiving and forgetting that people believe if you forgive me, you must forget it and you must embrace me the way you did before. But I bet you it's not like that. It's one of the core reasons. You hurt me today. I forgive you. You've scratched. Tomorrow you do the same thing or even similar. It's a deeper wound. Wounds take time to heal now. Even if you're just passing and something scratches you, it might be there for maybe a week. And when it's gone, there's a line.
Yes.
So giving partners the room to forgive and forget and take you back is also some of the reasons that we have issues in marriage. And there are others, of course, selfish ambitions. You want to be your single self while you're in marriage. You want to come back at any time of the night. I'm sorry, people are mature, they can do whatever they want to do. But when you're a married person, you have to align yourself with the thing that you have decided to do, which is marriage. So these are some of them.
It's important you talked about culture, which is one of those key things I took from your book. It resonated with me because of my own personal experiences. When you talked about culture here, it sort of reminded me of what I had to go through, learning other people's culture the hard way. And usually I say, when you hear a certain cliche about cultures, do not overlook it, right?
I agree. Now, I agree because the culture that shocked me, I don't even know if it was part of their culture. At the point, it was feeling as if they just wanted to put it in there just to frustrate the marriage. Okay, let me put it this way. If I was not married to my husband in a secret wedding, I don't think we would be married today.
In a secret wedding. Tell me about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we met. How did we meet? A very normal day. I was going back from work and someone just called my husband and said, "See wife." And I was upset. It's somebody that I know, and he knew it was a mutual friend. And he just, as I was coming, my husband was coming and said, "See wife." I didn't look at my husband. I was upset with this guy. I left. My husband somehow collected my number from me. I didn't look at him, so I didn't know. He went behind and came. I'm a media person, so people take your number, you give them. So I gave him. He didn't call and say, "I like you." After months, he did that. I think our time of meeting and our time of secret marriage was about 6 months.
Okay, 6 months.
Yes, we fell in love. We just knew we were meant to be together. I didn't fall in love immediately. He did. Took me some time because we had a mutual movie that we liked. That was when I started giving him yes. That's when I started.
A mutual movie.
Yes.
Wow.
An animation
Is
meant
it
for children.
Hollywood?
Yes.
Hollywood is powerful.
Yes.
I mean, it just brought two people together.
He liked a character called Olaf. He liked him in a negative way. I liked him in a positive way. So I started taking interest in him because he likes watching movies, and I realized I would like similar kinds of movies. And before you know it, I was scared because I've heard one too many marriages that ended because the mother-in-law said, the people said, this person's people. So I said, you know what? I want to decide on my marriage by myself and take the responsibility of whatever happens by myself, on me. Let it be on me. And I talked to him about it. Some of the advantages of getting married, let me say in church, is that you go through counseling.
Okay.
Normally, people will not go through counseling for themselves. But the world is huge.
Yeah.
You can ask, let me say AI, to bring down the things that you should know before you get into marriage. It will give you a counseling let me say a brochure or manual or whatever. So that's what we did. Went online, talked to each other, prayed. I want to get married. He agreed. He proposed. We went to court. We got married.
Without your parents knowing?
No. Just his best friend, and maybe 2 or 3 of his friends, and I have one best friend, and that was it.
In Nigeria?
Yes, sir. Of course, it's
What
all
year
you
was
need.
that?
All you need is somebody that will sign. Actually,
What year was that?
that was 2016.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so your parents are still alive?
Absolutely.
His parents are alive?
One of his mom is alive.
His mom is alive?
Yeah, but his dad was alive then.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Tell me, how did they react when they found out?
Okay. My mother, very liberal. So when she found out, she said, she found out after we got married in church. Yes.
That you had already married?
Yes. We had already finished the church, everything, before she found out that we had married secretly. How? We were packing from an old house. What am I saying? I was packing from my house to his house since we were married, and my mother was around to help me with the things. So somehow I just dropped the carton that had my documents and stuff, and then it fell. The file fell. So she was putting it back together, and then she saw it. I said, oh, when I came, I said, oh, ashe kunje kuyaron kumada machine kunzo kuna tadami mo. And that's how my mother knew. My father, his father didn't know until he died. My husband's father didn't know until he died. After, even now, except now that he will know, because when you're dead, you know everything, I guess. His mother is going to know when she reads this book. My father knew when he read this book.
Wait. His mother didn't know until she reads this book, and she hasn't read it.
Well, no, now she has. But, well, she has it, so I want to believe she has read it. My father, too. It was in this book that he knew.
What did he say?
Well, we're already married in court. And we have 2 children in between. So, all of them like, oh, so that's what you did. And that it goes.
Was there any part of you that was scared if this failed?
At a point, yes. But this was what I wanted to do. If it fails, we'll divorce quietly.
Again?
Yes, that was what I was hoping in my mind.
Was it before the church wedding that you had this thought, or
yes,
after the church wedding?
Before. Because the issues that I had with my my husband was just before the church wedding. And I'm sorry to say, but when you're going to do the church wedding, you have to involve both families, and that's where the issues usually come.
Yes.
I'm sorry to say, but that is where it is. You love yourselves. You understand yourselves, you understand the future you want to build together. Then you bring in people. And then everybody has an idea of your life. And then you clash here, you clash there. And before you know it, your marriage fails, even before it begins, because clashing. That's where culture clashes. That's where religion clashes. That's where individual ideas clashes. And a lot of marriages end there because we want to do the right thing. I'm not saying getting married in court is wrong. Why? It was a registered, what do they call them now? Marriage, registered marriage. Is that a counselor now? Or a judge that got us married. And in Nigerian law, it is accepted. Are you a Muslim? They'll ask you, or a Christian. You tell, or whatever religion. They know these religions and how they do it. So they'll get you married according to your religious background. So that was what happened. So practically, when 2 or 3 people are gathered in his name, I mean, I don't know. But I also believe that there's a reason why God and Christianity allowed culture to come in, because things can happen. So this is where I have to clear things. Let a lot of people not get ideas and go and get married secretly. It's good your family comes in.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't go into abusive marriages and marriages that will end in divorce because their parents came in. If me and my husband were married secretly up till today, if you read this book, we will not be together.
Yeah.
Because who is supposed to support me? I basically disgraced my support system.
Yeah.
His support system. So we went into this boat together and we don't want to sink. Now we're bringing our family when we started fighting. So it's very imperative that we obey that much of culture, because you need someone that will protect you. If I enter his house today and he beats me because we got secretly, wedded secretly, what is my father going to say? Why are you beating my daughter? I'm his wife. Which one supersedes at my age? I am his wife before I'm his daughter at this age. So you need that much support. Okay, I get pregnant. Who will come and stay with me in the hospital? Did I tell them I was getting married? It gives them that mental preparedness that, okay, they are married today, they are going to have kids. Who's going to do omugo? Is it his mother? Is it my mother? But all of a sudden, they see you with belly. When did this one happen? It's not about the rice and everything. There's a reason why people come together to do this. Community. You're not an individual. Yeah. Community is very, very, very important. So if you want to do your court wedding and whatnot, I'll advise after you do the community wedding, be it Christian or whatever religion, do that one for these reasons. We're not created to be alone. Yeah. Issues will come. I don't want to ask you, but I know that there are issues in every marriage.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need someone to talk to. You need your dad to tell you. You need your mom to tell you, or an uncle or a father figure in your life. Then what do? They didn't know you were married. They're not prepared for it. You go into financial crisis. Is the family prepared to take these children? Mentally prepared or otherwise, to take your children and take care of them? What if eventually you die and they didn't know you have a secret wedding, you're living, and then what will happen to your children? So the bigger picture is more than just having a secret wedding. Secret weddings, oh, they sound so romantic and stuff, but it's got a higher, bigger downside than actually getting patient enough to get married with the community.
So for me, I have this feeling, and this feeling came as a result of following the traditional rites when I got married to my wife.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's different from meeting a girlfriend and then bringing her to your house and then just living with her or something. It felt like I didn't meet her on the street, right? Because all the rituals we had to go through looked like each stage, each process looked like we were being tied.
Exactly.
So like this knob, then the other knob, then the other knob, then the other knob. And to turn back and say, I'm not doing it again, takes a lot because you've gone deeply into something.
That's right.
So it's like you're making a commitment and you're going layer by layer.
And that's how God made us, layer by layer. What you said is so profound. At every stage, you feel a little closer.
Yeah.
You feel a little bound together. So no matter what the romance could be, I think it's really profound. It's very important that we go through our families, do the cultural rites. If you don't have money, beg. There's nothing wrong with that.
I have an interesting take on secret weddings and all of that, right? Not just secret weddings, but maybe secret relationships, right? Yeah. So and I think this is one of the things that has landed a lot of people into trouble.
Absolutely.
Yes, and why I say that is this: you have your parents. I don't think, and this is maybe in exceptional cases, but I don't think there is anyone born today who has a set of people that love him or her more than their parents, right? Except in extraordinary cases. But naturally, my mother, my father love me the most.
That's right.
More than anyone else. Because it's as a result of their union that I got birthed. So my life is tied to their own agreement to come together.
That's
right? So when they gave birth to me, they nurtured me. I can imagine how much my mom had to, go through certain pain and sickness, trying to, bring me to life. And like I was more like a problem child because I was always getting sick.
Oh.
So you can imagine the sleepless nights, right? Of my mom, my dad trying to just make sure that I'm okay. They gave me the best food they could afford. They gave me the best education, sponsored my education around the world, right? And then when I am about to take the most important decision of my life, of who I am going to settle with, then I cut them off.
That's deep. You've said it all. Family tree. We learned that in primary school. You're cutting off a branch of the tree completely when you do that. So yes, I totally agree with you. I couldn't have said it better. These people have given their life. If they have multiple lives, they will give it for their children, and then you cut them off. It's emotional, it's physical, and it could hurt them for a very long time. But they'll still love you. They'll still love us. But yes, what you said is profound.
Yeah, so for me, I think I went through 7 relationships, failed relationships.
Oh, I can't remember my own.
Then,
it's interesting that you can.
After the 7th, I made up my mind. I said, the next relationship I'm going to enter, I'm going to involve my parents from the very beginning. And I did.
Oh, and it helped.
So when I saw my wife, right, I liked her. I knew that, there's something happening here. I didn't talk to her. I called my parents, right? And I spoke with my dad and my mom, and I said, I've seen someone that I like. This is her name. This is where she's from. And they said, oh, thank you. They were so happy. They said, have you spoken with her? I said, no. I want to do you the honor of walking with me in this journey. Right?
How?
So they felt elated. And they said, give us time. So after 2 weeks, they called me back and said, this is what we did. We fasted and prayed for you. We've dispatched someone to go and investigate her family and her background. And the results are positive. We're okay with it. You have our full blessings. Go for it. Right? And I'll tell you, the next 1 to 2 months, I think, about 2 months, was a nightmare for me because I felt it was too early for me to approach her. They were on my neck to approach her. So my mom would call me every day. Have you spoken to her? Have you? And I was avoiding my mom's call because my mom wanted me to take action swiftly, right? So the first date, they knew the day, they knew the time, they knew the venue, and they set the agenda for me. What I should go and discuss when I go on that date. So it was kind of very different and interesting.
I think it's different, but it's absolutely amazing. A lot of young people have been told that old school, but you gave them not just the honor. I mean, today they are part and parcel of your family. So whatever happens, you know that you're backing. You have a solid backbone. This is absolutely amazing. My friend, when she was getting married, her husband's family was upset. We were upset because her family has sent someone to investigate. You know, you as a child, you are feeling the butterflies. You will not think straight to be able to see through the person. I think I just got lucky that my husband was just supposed to be my husband, and then he's a great person. Because a lot of people will just follow the butterflies and their youthful exuberance and get into the wrong relationships, and for the rest of their lives, maybe they will not even live to see the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
You know, so I think your story is profound. I don't know if you've shared it, but okay, you just did. Wow, that's amazing.
I hardly talk about it.
Oh.
Right? And you know, so something happened when we got on the first date. Before we started any conversation, she told me that she's not comfortable with men who ask her out barely a year of meeting her. And I was just meeting her for less than 2 months. Right? And the agenda has already been set. Well, somewhere along the line, I was nervous, I was tense because I couldn't go back to my parents and say, I didn't tell her my feelings. So at some point I told her, I said, you know what? I know you said this, but I'm not a hypocrite. This is why I asked you out here. I like you. And I'm not asking you to give me an answer now. Go and pray about it. Take your time. But just know this. When you say yes, it's equivalent to a marriage proposal. Wow. Yes, right? So the moment my wife said yes, right? When she said yes, I called my mom and I said, this is it. They came straight to Jos, went to her parents, introduced themselves, and then started. The day they went, that was the day we went to the market we chose the color of the day of the wedding that day. Went to the market to even cut the dress they are going to sew and do their anko. Right? Yeah. So everything came much, much easier.
Absolutely.
Much, much easier.
Absolutely.
And they were so excited. They were part of the planning. They gave their all. They supported me. You
should share more of the story. People should involve their family. Honestly speaking, I'm not saying every family is perfect, like you said. A lot of families, their parents are the ones that love them the most in this world, but there are some exceptions.
Yeah.
So it will help the family system in Nigeria. I remember somebody was having problems with her husband. He left her with the children and went and married another woman. It was his father that hired a truck, took them to the house in the other state because he didn't invest, packed everything in the house plus the man. They tied the man and put him inside. His father is a former military guy. Brought him to the wife and said, he better stay and better behave. So when we involve our support system, that is about they knew us from when we were children.
Yeah.
Fasting and prayer. When my husband met my dad, they were gisting like friends. That was how I knew that, yes, I made the right choice because I'd already chosen at that time. We had already gotten married. They gisted for a long time. My father, they'll laugh. I hit. When he came out, I was like, okay. So that was how because my father has never talked to any man in my life that I brought home. You will greet him, he will look at you and continue. You cannot stay in the living room with our parents at that time, You either go to your room or you go outside. So when he does that, that's the end now. I cannot go and sit down with you for one more minute because you'll be wondering, why are you out there with this guy? My father has beaten me. That's the beating of my life that I can remember. My father beat me because someone asked me out, and I had finished secondary school, and a lot of my colleagues were already dating, like seriously dating, and I never had a boyfriend. I wanted to be 18 before then.
Yeah.
I was done with my secondary school, and this guy just asked me for a date. He didn't say he liked me, though I knew what he was gonna say, and I've been saying no until my cousins and all. Just give him a chance. You're growing up, it's gonna happen. So when I went out, my father knew that this guy was already, I don't know how he knew. So my dad came home when I wasn't home. Where did she go to? There were no phones that time. Well, there were, but I didn't have one. Let me put it that way. So when he was sitting in front of the house when I came, it was beating. He called the guy and said, I wasn't a child. I broke my rule. I wasn't 18 yet, but if I was going to date at 18, I felt, okay, let's try it. This is a child. I think he was in his 20s already. And you took my child out without permission because she's under me. He was already in law school, the guy. You should know as a lawyer that you should ask because she's a child. She's under me. So I'm going to beat her. Is it 16 strokes that he said? He told the guy, so he said, get out. I wasn't sure because I wasn't counting. But all I know is I had the beating of my life that I can't forget. So yes, the blessing of parents on the marriage is very, very important.
Could that be one of the reasons you opted for a secret marriage?
Well, let me put it this way. No. That's not why.
Why?
I love my mom. And I need her. In fact, any relationship that I'm into, she knew. And she prayed about it. With me, not my dad. I'm not that close to my dad, So, but I needed to know that my parents know what I'm doing, to attest to it, to bless it, to agree to it, because anything can happen. So the reason why I opted for a secret wedding was because I wanted to take responsibility. Because I also knew that a lot of times, I got married at an advanced age. I wasn't a little girl. And I knew that time. I just
How old
knew.
were you?
34.
34.
34 means a day to my 35th birthday.
Okay, 35.
I got married today and I turned 35 the next day.
Wow.
So for a lot of climes, that is old for a woman to get married. And a lot of climes. And many others, you get married when God allows you and that's fine. So I just felt I needed to take responsibility for what goes right, what goes wrong. And you're going to make me let the cat out of the bag. My parents didn't really have a great marriage like that. So I didn't want... It felt as if... Because he was chosen for her.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So everybody liked the idea of them, but they didn't work out. So I was done blaming. It was this person that said I should. If they didn't say, maybe she might have taken another decision. Maybe he might have taken, and they might have been great with their separate partners. But they ended up together, and they didn't. I as a kid, my parents' marriage, I don't want it. I didn't want to live that kind of marriage. I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
So I decided to take...
So you didn't want to repeat the cycle?
I didn't want to repeat the circle or the cycle, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to take decisions on my own. I wanted it to be on my head so that I'll not say it was this uncle that said or it was that auntie that said. So as much as it's important, we parents, I think it speaks to us as well to do the right thing so our children will not have to suffer. I mean, you had it perfect when you bring your parents in. Yes, they supported my marriage and they support my family now. But when I think about their story, it gave me the fears and made me, and let me not say made me, that's what I'm running away from. I want to take the decision by myself, but it's influenced my decision to do it the way the responsibility will fall on me.
Wow. Tell me about your in-laws. When you met your in-laws, what are some of the, because I know you wrote about your in-laws, right?
Yes.
Why did you write about your in-laws that way? And weren't you thinking they were going to find out?
Oh, they will. Oh, they will. It's a book and it's out there and I want to sell 10 million copies. That's what I'm about. Yes, wait, they will. Now, like I said, it was a journal. It wasn't meant to go out. It was a journal meant to pour out my thoughts and lighten my burden that I felt. My husband is a psychologist, but he can't help me.
A psychologist who did a secret wedding.
He's a psychologist, but he can't help me. I had so much, the way I loved him was the way I loved them, and that was my mistake. I should have waited to know every individual by himself. I love him for who he is. Some people want to keep their distance and some not. But the way I loved him, I carried it and I put it on them. And it was a lot for a lot of them. For many of them, it was a lot.
Yeah.
So they didn't give me the acceptance that I thought I would get. So I would say it hit me in a way, because me and my husband like this, if I tell you say we get issues, sorry. I don't have an issue with my husband. Small issues, everybody has it. But our issues were not between us. It was external, like you said, in-laws. My mother-in-law, when I met my mother-in-law, she's the sweetest person. She still is.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? My mother-in-law's people, the kind of things that will break marriages. They wanted, you know, when you're getting married, page boy, page girl, I mean, what they call flower girls, page boys.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted his own child to be the page boy. However, in his family, he has more girls. In my family, I have more boys. If I didn't want it to, but they said, my father said, allow them. You people do your marriage and do for people what they want and let them. So I said, okay, I have more boys, you have more girls. Let's switch. Give me the girls. It's a way of even bonding, with the girls, and you take the boys. So when he took it back to them, it became, I'm telling them what I want them to do for my marriage, but they're financiers. Oof. Another reason why I didn't want people to get involved is because I don't have money like that. I'm an introvert. I'm a chronic introvert and I like classy things. Meaning, if I can host 10 people, let them enjoy it. That was when I knew that something was going wrong. And then I think he too got married at an advanced age. He was in his 40s, I think early 40s. So they needed him to marry too, but they needed to be part of it, like you're saying. And it's imperative. But they also wanted their own things to be taken into cognizance. Considering people just don't want to be part of it physically, they want to finance. And because it's the husband's family, in my culture, it's the husband's family that does everything. Since we're giving you the wife, we're giving you something that, as far as we're concerned, you can't pay. So they wanted to decide. But we wanted something small. And he agreed to it. But then, of course, you have to open up and allow certain things. His mother is someone that has people. So we had to agree to a wedding and a very, as big as they can make it. Yeah, I didn't I'll worry about that. So somehow, for no reason, it's in the book. For no reason, I went wrong. I'm saying for no reason because up till today, I don't know where I went wrong. But somehow, I hurt my mother-in-law. But up till today, I don't know how. Again.
You hurt her?
Yes. Why did I say that? My husband, she never told me to my face. But she told my husband. And my husband insisted I apologize. And I said, fine. We're doing this all together. Let me understand your mom. What did I do? So that I will apologize and not repeat it. And up till today, there was no reason. And I refused to apologize because I didn't have a reason to apologize. I don't know if that was my misgiving, but I couldn't say, I'm sorry. And then there's no for what. From what I believe an apology should be is, I'm sorry I took your pencil without your permission. I'm sorry I hit you. I'm sorry I banged the door. I'm sorry I interrupted you. I'm sorry I did this. Not just sorry now. That's the way I was brought up. I'm sorry, be specific so that it helps heal. Like if my head is paining me and I need to go and put a balm on my leg. So I wanted to address the thing and then learn. He didn't have a reason. And then I refused based on that. It felt as if there was something wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
And that gave birth to this much problems. My refusal to say, I am sorry for what I didn't know. And up to today, he doesn't know why. And I don't know why. And a lot of the issues, because her people now carried it on their heads. And they ran with it. So I wrote not to castigate anybody. I wrote because I needed to remove the rock that was on my heart. I wasn't connecting with my husband. I wasn't connecting to God. I couldn't pray.
Yeah.
And I had a daughter. And I went through pregnancy with that. And I went through CS with that. I said to my husband one day, "You're a psychologist, help me." He said, I can't connect because you're having problems with me. How do I help you? And then if I talk to my friend, he said once, you're going to go and talk to your friend. She's not married yet. My best friend. I don't have friends like that. I laugh with a lot of people, but she's my confidant. My mom, I had exhausted her. It was like I was failing in my marriage. And I'm disturbing people about it. So I wrote.
Wow.
And I wrote the truth. The way I felt it. There's a disclaimer. The way you'll see the book or the way you'll see something else. We're looking at the same thing, but we're seeing different things. So this is from my eyes. I'm sure if one of them were right, maybe I'll get clarity on why certain things happened. But as for this is just, I downloaded what I went through the past 5 years or more.
One of the fascinating thing about your book is that your in-laws consented to you publishing this book. I think that's powerful.
That's powerful.
Yeah. Even though they were painted in a certain light.
Yes. Now I said to my mother-in-law one day, I said, "We're going to die. No, none of us is getting out alive in this life. What are we going to leave for the next generation? How many generations are going to remember me? Maybe my children. My grandfather and my grandmother, all of them have passed. How many times do I remember them? What can I remember about them? Okay, I had a grandfather. Once in a while it comes. After me, my children they don't even know they existed because they hardly even met my grandparents. In fact, they didn't even meet them. Neither did my elder brother's children. So how many generations do we get? But how long would this book keep giving? And that was the reason I gave them. I said, this book will keep giving to marriages. Way after we've turned into dust. Words don't fade. It's on the internet. It's in books. It will help somebody no matter how long. So I beg you, let's share this story because it's too common.
Yeah.
The stories are too similar and too common. Permit me to say, no temptation has seized you except what is common to man, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. When you are tempted, He'll provide a way so you can stand up under it. A lot of people feel alone in their struggles. I did. Until it's also there. Because I was doing a relationship show, so people call me for that. Real marriages were broken before my eyes that I knew about. Up till today, it's happening. And I talk to them, but I say, if God can do it for me, because I don't know how it happened. If you read it, you'll see he was talking to his lawyer, I was talking to my lawyer. We were divorced in our hearts.
Yeah.
We just needed the papers to be ready. Complete turnaround. I talk to my husband 3, 4, 5 times a day. We laugh. He's always missing home. He's not the kind of husband I say, I don't want to come. He wants to come home, and when he comes home, he doesn't like going out. That is the home that I always wanted to provide for the man I marry.
And while you were speaking, especially about Page Boy, Little Bride, and all of that, it just reminded me of the fact that why marriages fail is typically not about the big things. It's the little tiny things. You have no idea where they're coming from. Those are the things that ruin marriages. I mean, the famous one is the toothpaste analysis, right?
Yes,
the toothpaste story.
Absolutely.
Where you're pressing from down and somebody's pressing from the middle. Yeah.
So little things, the Bible again says, catch the foxes. The little foxes that ruin our vineyards, for our vineyards are in blossom. That's it. The little things. What is Page Boy? What does Page Boy do at the wedding of Page Girl? Aesthetics, if you ask me. Yeah. Then, I don't know, someone said maybe it's to show that you get blessings of children. That even makes sense, if you ask me. But then for me now, it's aesthetical. I still don't fully understand it maybe, for me. But I just didn't want to stress the kids. I've been a little girl, a little flower, what's that? Little bride.
Yeah, little bride.
It wasn't palatable. I had to leave my mother, joined me with the bride's train that I knew nobody, I didn't even know the bride because it was my uncle that was getting married to her. Yes. So we went to the village. That time, most marriages, you have to go to your village. They were doing their preparations. Everybody's all over the place. Who is supposed to take care of me? I sat down. I looked left, looked right. It wasn't my father's house. It was another different house. So I didn't know anybody. I didn't eat. Finally, the page boy came. We played. But he had to go back to the men's place. I slept on the veranda. Up to today, the veranda is there. When I go there, I remember. I don't know who carried me inside. The next day, they dressed me, went for the wedding. After that. So I didn't even like it. So I feel as if we stressed me. They look pretty and all that. But I just didn't want to stress anybody. I didn't know that was going to cause this much of a problem. But I can assure you, it's one of the central issues, page boy and page girl, that caused this problem between my in-laws and I.
Wow.
Yeah.
Part of what fails in marriages, or what makes marriages fail, is sexual dissatisfaction.
That's right.
Like you mentioned, some people marry for the sole reason of satisfying themselves. But then I think that is one of the key components of companionship.
That's right.
Sexual satisfaction.
That's right.
And you wrote about pornography.
I did.
In your book.
I
Can you
did.
talk about it?
Okay, let me put it this way. If you don't consummate a marriage, people say it's not even a marriage.
It's null and void.
Because you're supposed to be one.
Yes.
And the oneness comes when you connect. So that connection is taken as very important. In fact, in the olden days, I'm sure you know. In the olden days, they say that the first day of the marriage, you carry the bedspread and you go and give, is it her parents now? So that they will know that, yes, that one was about virginity, but at least that you have consummated your marriage.
There are cultures where the aunties will supervise.
Oh, you see that.
The night. They will be in the room. Like one of the aunties will be in the room. Or the mother-in-law, something will be in the room. Like your mother will be in the room to make sure that your husband, did the job.
I'm going to take a moment to pick my jaw from the floor because I don't think I would have been able to do anything. But oh well, cultures are cultures. And sometimes when we understand them, we understand better. But sexual dissatisfaction.
Yeah.
You see, a lot of us keep ourselves chaste so we can get into marriage and do it freely. And hopefully, or enjoy it. Let me say enjoy it. That's what we're hoping. Because it's something that God created. I mean, will God create anything that we do not enjoy? A lot of our problems come from things that we probably made as humans. But God created sex, so that a man and a woman who are united in Him will enjoy it. And then I come with that thought in my mind.
Yeah.
And today we did it, maybe tomorrow. And then he goes to his work and I go to my work. Like us, we don't work in the same state. He goes, I'm here. So when he comes, he usually comes every month. Even just missing each other, your body is already speaking and all. However, I told you the ages where we got married. And sometimes for men, there's a decline before even for women, there's a decline in urge. And then it goes up. So I think we had a moment of decline, considering also that we were having problems at that point. So
we really don't really have decline. Except
Really?
if it's some medical condition.
Are you kidding?
I don't know about others, but we really don't have like decline.
Oh, I thought everybody goes through that.
We can get tired or something, but
Ooh.
then decline.
Ooh, it's always upping.
We're built to, keep going.
All right, great. Well, we were having issues. So I think it also affected our meeting. I would have loved to use another word, but for now, let me leave it like that. So I would open up. It's right there in the book. I'll tell him, my brother, I've got the things that you need to use and you're not using them. I need you to use them. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. We had to go through that. And he just blanks. So what I did, I picked up my phone and I tried pornography. I've heard 1 or 2 people say it will help you release the energy. Because what else are you going to do? It's 1 month, it's 2 months, it's 3 months. We also have the period of really wanting to, have sex with your partner and stuff like that. And the people think that when you're married, like men don't see you anymore. The devil is very alive. And he brings bright ideas. And a lot of people believe that when you're married and you have a reputation to protect, that you can do it in secret and wipe your mouth, they will not get into trouble. Some men think like that. So you, man, you're going with a married man. You're not go to a young man so that he'll not come and blackmail you. You're going with a married man that has a reputation to protect, so he doesn't do nudes or do videos and stuff like that, so that you can keep your secrets secret. Now you don't want that. Why? Because I had a reputation to protect. I have a reputation to protect. So that wasn't even part of it. But the temptations were there. I have to be honest with you. So I picked up my phone and I typed. And sites came and I chose one. And I watched it. But it was one bizarre thing. I don't know whether I went to the wrong site. But it was one bizarre thing after another bizarre thing. It was either a man and a woman or 3 people or 4 people. So it was bizarre. I couldn't connect because that was not what I was used to. I mean, it's using your mind, if you ask me. It uses your mind to talk to your body that you are doing this. So you have to be part of a party of people defiling themselves. You're not defiling yourself with just one person. The scene was big now for me to carry.
Yeah.
I mean, different women and different men. Yeah, I know that was not the scene that I wanted to be part of. So I really felt very filthy. I cried. But what helped me? Does it mean that it left the first day? No. Because I still had that emotions. It came 1, 2, 3 times more. But one thing that helped me was, I had to keep praying. And then I remember my reverend kept saying, around that time, he keeps saying it. You look left, look right, open fridge and steal something and eat. Do you not know that God is still there seeing you? God does not sleep. He sees everything. If you enter and bury yourself in the grave, he is there. That's what it says. Yeah. So if you are honest with yourself, who should you even be afraid of? Your husband catching you stealing something, or your parents catching you stealing something? They can't kill you. They can't punish you. But God can. God can decide to withhold the blessings that you need. And this same God can decide to withhold those feelings of sexual satisfaction that you are having. He can help you to cage it. Can't God do it? He can. He created it. He can keep it in check for you. So why don't you go and talk to him about it? So that helped me to open up to God about everything. I mean, if I can talk to God about sex, I can talk to him about everything. So I have to submit and say it was God that helped me. And it's still helping me because the temptation still comes once in a while. But as far as I'm concerned, it's a long way from where I came from. So try as much as possible. Satisfy your partner. Even when you don't feel it. I don't want to get into that. It's huge. It's another huge issue to talk about. But there are other ways that you can help your partner. Maybe one day, I know there are experts that can talk about it. But for today.
So there's this chapter you talked about, as long as it depends on you, right? It's about peace.
That's right.
Tell me how you came to terms with your problems and what informed your, perspective about peace and how to pursue peace in your marriage.
Okay. Work out your salvation with fear and trembling. How you make your bed, that's how you lie on top of it. This helped me, and many other, biblical verses and proverbs. I want to be happy. Nobody's going to come outside and make me happy, especially in marriage, because it's personal. So I knew that I had to stand up and find out and tell myself the truth. Where's the problem? So I picked up a book that was given to me on my wedding day that I never read. Power of a Praying Wife. It's teaching wives to pray. But the first few pages, her testimony was like she married my husband. His nonchalance, her own husband was behaving the way my husband was behaving. But she said something. You keep praying for God to change him. You know what God will do? He will provide a way so you can stand up under it. This person has free will. You're asking me to remove his free will. He has free will. But what he did for me is to accept him for who he is. My husband doesn't talk like that. He's sitting down with me. He likes it. Just stay here. Let's eat together in the same plate. That's the kind of person he is. He loves to hug, whether it's in public or what, and, cuddle in public. He likes that. Me, I like to talk. Let's talk about everything. gist me. He's not like that. He has his game. Maybe on his phone, he loves chess. He can be playing that for 1 hour. I'm sitting down there. He'll talk to me a little bit or laugh by himself. That's the kind of person he is. Because like I said, me and my husband, we didn't really have personality issues per se. It was more about what other people thought that influenced this issue that we had. So I got used to it and I loved him. The only thing that I wanted him to do was to choose me again and again and again. But you can't choose one person in your life. You have people who have influenced your life. Like you said, your parents, your uncles. He was part of a family. I can't yank him off and just own him. He's got to listen to his people. He's got to respect them. He came from somewhere. Who am I? I am supposed to be part of the family. Yes, it's not that easy. I learned that, let's say even the hard way. But I can't. The same way he can't just yank me from my family. So we have to accept this wider community and make them part of us somehow. In our individuality, we have to find our place in the community. So that's what I just realized. And my children, I will not visit his mother. They will not have a grandmother. They will not have an extended family because I'm upset. I had to think beyond me because it has always been beyond me. Hates the player, hates the game, not the player. Sorry. Yeah. That is how the game has always been. That is how we met it, and that is how we're going to live it. If you want to change it, you're going to live, if you ask me right now, I'm going to live a bizarre life. If I die today, where are my children going to be going to? Whose house? My mother's house? My father's house? They're supposed to go to his family. What if they remember all these bad things and treat my children bad because of the sin of their mother? So these things made me think. I tell my children, my people now, these people, my people, anybody that hurts me, I'll kneel down and say, I'm sorry. Nim is unubini. Because I too retaliated. You know, in the book it's there. I too retaliated. I just didn't sit down. I too fought. So I wronged someone. I'm not the saint in the book. No, there was no saint in the book. So I too retaliated. So I wronged someone. So I have to apologize for the sake of my joy. God took 6 days to create all this beauty and put me in it so that I'll come and be crying every morning, night and day. I'll not even be seeing the beauties around me, especially the beauty of the people that he created and gave one to me. Nah, come on. He's got to be the best ever. And my mother-in-law, she's got to be the best mother-in-law ever. And that is what I told my mind. And that is what I accepted. My in-laws, they've got to be the best ever. And that's what I told my mind. That is what I've accepted. Because everybody goes wrong. Let me borrow Paul's statement, of whom I am chief. You know, in going wrong. Yeah. So who am I? Not to forgive, not to forget, not to enjoy this creation that God took so much time to create and put me in. And that was why that chapter was the concluding chapter. As far as it depends on you, live in peace with all men. That's the complete saying.
So it sort of reestablishes the fact that marriage is a lot about compromise, right? Relinquishing my rights so that we can achieve peace. Like coming to a negotiation table, I should be able to relinquish some of my rights to accommodate the other person. And I feel like a lot of times we come into marriage with a lot of expectations.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. There were a lot of expectations. I expected, for example, that he's going to choose me. I think that was my greatest misgiving. Like I said, you met me when he had finished his university, he was doing his work, he had his friends and everything. But our love story and our love life was just magical. And it took me like that, you know. So I felt when issues came, he should have protected me fully. But he was torn between, but they've been faithful all my life. I owe them my life, and he's right. He might, even his future, he doesn't owe it to me. He owes it to all of us. God, of course. But it's not just me. It's his background and his front ground. Let me put it that way. Of which I am just part of. I am not the single person.
Yeah.
I'm not the single future of his. I am just part of the bigger picture that brought him to where he is.
Yeah.
If they didn't give him what he was, I wouldn't have found him. I wouldn't have been part of the future of which has been given to him. So I have to align.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. Tell me about how you navigated the different tribal, cultural, religious differences within your family and extended families.
I think the complexity is in my husband's family. His father is Muslim, Yoruba Muslim. His mother is Christian, Biram.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So usually the children belong to the father. But Baba grew up in Jos. Oh, not grew up, but he worked most of his life in Jos. So that's where they met. But you know our religions now. They grew up in Jos. So Mama's family was naturally part of this family more than his family, who are in faraway Kwara.
Yeah.
They visited more. They were part of their birthdays. They were part of their growing up. They stayed with them when they were in the universities. They helped them when they were sick. They were in the hospitals with Mama and everything. So naturally, they gravitated towards Mama's family, not Baba's family. So of course, even weddings were like that. So most of the children, not all, most of the children on their own, for one reason or the other, decided to follow Mama's religion, of which Baba didn't care. At a point, Baba went here and he went there and he went here, he went there. You know, he tasted both religions. My family was just straightforward. My father is a Christian. My mother is a Christian. So it was straightforward. We did all the morning devotions. We did all those things and all that. Up to today, I'm the one who leads devotions in my house. So he just put the thing on my table and I'm taking the prayers and everything and stuff like that. But he prays. Anytime he calls out my daughter or our children, he'll pray with them. That much he does. He really believes in the power of prayer. And then something again, my husband, he believes in what I say. Oh. If I'm going to say something negative about him, he'll stop me. Go and think again and say it. Because if you say it, it will happen. So navigating through, I accept people for who they are. If God decided that Ishmael should live, is it in my hand to decide anything? No. If God wakes up today and says, the whole world end, is it? No. He can decide to cut off the person rather that I don't like. But they say God doesn't come from my village. He loves everybody equally. And so if he decides that all these people should dwell in the same world, he knows best. I can only keep asking him for wisdom. And that's what I keep doing to navigate. Even today, not just in my marriage. I keep asking for wisdom to navigate through, my human limitations of thinking this is better than that, just to live in peace in this world.
Wow. So let's talk about the marriage checklist, which is big, I think, at the end of your book.
Yeah.
What are those lists of things that young men and young women should check before they get married?
Okay.
At least to help them,
Yeah.
achieve a good and peaceful marriage.
Yeah. I think one thing that sticks out for me is that you're finding yourself in somebody. You didn't make yourself happy. You couldn't make yourself happy. You are thinking that somebody else can. If you didn't find yourself, how can someone else find you?
To find yourself.
Find yourself. It's pretty important.
Okay.
And you're coming to somebody's life of what somebody will say, what do you bring to the table? It sounds very, I don't know, women take it personal. Nobody comes to this world without anything in his hands.
Yeah.
Moses saved the Israelites by God's power. But what was the thing that it was a staff. Nobody came, it's just a staff. Nobody comes to this world without something. Even if you are going to dedicate your life to birthing, it's profound. Because you are going to nurture these children. It's a huge job. It's a huge job. Nigerian government need to be paying every mother salary for being a mother. You know it. It's huge. The fathers will say, well, because they are part of it too. Sorry, guys. But I'm talking from the point of view of a mother. So you have to A, find yourself.
Yeah.
B, what are you going to do in the person? What do you bring to the table?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's, what do you bring to the table? I'm going to put it out there. And then you have to be honest with yourself if you can actually be part of this person's life, because it's not hidden.
Yeah.
Is she a nightlife person? Are you going to come and cut her wings? Is that what you're thinking? Or are you going to come and cut his wings?
Yeah.
It's not in, it's he has free will, she has free will.
You know, Jesus said something. He
Mm.
said, and this is one of my favorites. He said, who embarks on a building project without first counting the cost, right? Sitting down and doing the calculations. Can I afford this?
You start building projects with faith is good. You know, Noah did it. However, you have just like you've said it. What am I going to add? Marriage is the same thing. A lot of people get to the bridge before they cross it. I believe it. That happens in a lot of climes. But I believe in marriage. Get as ready as you can as well. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why you go to school, because they will not give you work before you go to school. It's not the cart before the horse. It's the horse
before the cart.
So you have to go to school before you're given a job. So what is wrong? What is wrong with you getting ready? You're not coming to discipline this stubborn woman that I'm going to marry. No. Then you're not. That's not meant for you. Once upon a time, someone asked us, "What if your husband comes back 2 a.m.? Me like this, that I'm sleeping. He should carry his key and go." I'm not here to babysit anybody. I'm here to marry. Am I going to cut off his friends? What is he going to be? What is he going to be gisting with me about? What masculine thing is he going to be gisting? What do I know about masculine thing? I'm not here to babysit anybody. We are here to move forward. Yes, we'll babysit our parents. Maybe our parents when they get older, but our children. But yes, we will get upset and stuff like that. But let him be the man. I don't want a woman. I married a man. Let him be the man that go and do your masculine thing. Come back. My prayer is that you come back safe. So that's another profound thing. And then you go spiritual. Test every spirit, please. Whether we like it or not, the spirit realm exists. And people give themselves to spirits. Find out if this person has given himself to what spirit. You will know. But the butterflies in our belly now will be telling us a different thing. So by prayer, and a lot of times is the prayer of your support system, which takes us back to the family. Because you are in love. Your prayer will be very sentimental, maybe. You will not be able to listen to God clearly. Oh, you're listening, no? But oh boy, the heart will follow what it wants to follow. Culture, no. Ask the pertinent questions.
Yeah.
Honestly, because a lot of people have ended their lives because of culture.
Yeah.
There's a culture, there's a culture that ended their son's life because he married outside their will. And their will is the first son must marry from their place, and he refused.
Oh my
They didn't touch the wife, it's him. The wife, I know her. She said, I was sitting there with my husband. His father came and said, go. Yes.
So
the father was not remorse.
He told him, you're going to die.
Yes.
His father.
Yes, because he knew that as a first child, he was supposed to get married from their culture. He knew. But they didn't hide it from him. So he went against what was cultural. My father said to my husband and his people, please, tell us today. If there's anything about your culture that we need to know, please tell us today.
Wow.
Yes. It is that important. You can lose your child. And what are you going to do about it? I mean, when was the last time you heard that somebody was raised from the dead?
There's this family I know, in their culture, when a woman is pregnant, if you marry into that particular family, when you're pregnant, you dare not eat goat meat. The day you eat goat meat, you lose that pregnancy.
So if the pregnancy comes and he wants goat meat,
you have to just deal with it and find a way around it. So they educate the women. I think it was a curse that was laid on one of the grandmothers of that family. And I think there's something, she suffered something as a result of a goat, or was it a goat that helped her? I think, a goat was instrumental in helping her finding succor in the family. So she laid a curse and said, you cannot eat this when you're pregnant.
Oh, she was helping the goats because it helped her. Oh, yes. Dear God.
Yes.
So you see, whether we like it or not, the sins of the father follows to the generations to generation, and the blessings also.
Yeah.
Follows. We always remember the sins of the father. We usually forget the blessings of the father follows.
The blessings, yeah.
Yes. A good name. You hear people say, I pray that one day when you mention your name, it will open doors. So that's where we should also stand.
Yes.
When you are marrying, hey, I just remember when I was marrying, when you tell me your name and your surname, I'll be like, hey, it doesn't match with my name. When I was younger, I never knew that I was going to be bearing Abdul Salam. Let me tell you something. I was on radio for what? How many years? Do you know I lost more than 1,000 followers on social media because I changed my name
to Abdul Salam.
Because of, we're in a pro Christian environment.
Yeah.
More than 1,000 followers. A lot of people insulted my friends, my colleagues were coming. Oh my God, she has followed money. They have given her something that has tempted her. During my book launch, I went to my former church and I said, how did you come about Abdul Salam? And I said, well, people preach. Then people change. You preach to people and they change. So who is going to marry them again?
Yeah.
They're part of the family now. So if they're part of the family, what does that mean? I mean, we should tell them, yeah, part of the family, but there are certain things that you can't do. Well, we didn't tell them that. So once you're in Christ, you're part of family, and we can go ahead and get married. So basically, these are some of the things highlighted. But very, very importantly, prayer is key because you need the leading of God, honestly, in the choice of a partner.
Yeah. I remember I had a cousin. She married in the East. She married, I think it was one of those Igbo cultures. When the husband died, she was made to sleep in the same room with the corpse. They shaved her hair. And then I think there were rituals of her, getting to drink the water that they bathed the corpse, right? And I think it was one of my aunties that stood her ground and said her daughter is not going to do this.
God bless her.
Right?
God bless your auntie.
Yeah. So, and so many other cultures like
Absolutely.
that, right? That have this hidden, deeply disturbing rituals, right? Yeah. Sometimes it happens when you're still alive, sometimes when there's a death or something,
Yeah. It's also here. We had deaths in the family, and there was suspicion.
Suspicion?
Yes. Wow. Sometimes these things are done because of suspicion. Did she kill him? If she killed him and she drinks the water, I don't know, something about it will kill her. But do you know that when somebody is dead, and is for one disease or the other, you bath him. In fact, the water that you like this, you are healthy, you bath, is somebody supposed to drink it? It's not healthy now. So somebody died maybe of a disease, and we don't even know the kind of disease. And then you make somebody drink the water, and it kills her. The disease that maybe killed him, killed her. And then they'll say, you see, she died because he is spirit. And that is the reason why a lot of our cultures, we frown at it. Sorry to say. Culture is I love culture.
Yeah.
But there are some practices harmful. Mutilation of the vagina, like you said, harmful death practices. Once upon a time, when a prominent person dies, they bury him with virgins. It still happens. I'm sorry. Even in Nigeria, there are places like that. Why? Life is important. Everybody's life is sacred. But culture is culture, and someone made a decision. It's somebody that made, or a group of people, or somebody that started. Maybe he was king, he decided, and then it follows. We don't ask questions. So, what the new culture says is you ask, and when it doesn't align, you keep it aside. It's not easy. It's not easy, honestly. I have to say.
There's a culture where I think when a man is getting married, you as a man will have to sleep with one of your wife's aunties.
Antifa?
Yes. As a test.
What if she gets pregnant?
I don't know.
I don't know where these things come from. But some of them you have to ask, honestly speaking. And what it did to us was to make young people run away from... I'm sorry, let me put this down. I might be wrong, but they ran away from some of these things in culture.
Yeah.
You can't go back home because they will eat you, meaning
Village people.
village people will eat you.
Mhm.
For one reason or the other, we were eating ourselves. For one reason or the other, it was witchcraft, and it was not. Me, I don't understand. Witchcraft is just negative.
Yeah.
It doesn't used to happen for positive things, because if we had witchcraft, we know there are lots of people attacking us and stuff like
Yeah.
that. How is it that we're not using
Using
this
it
witchcraft to fight
solve
for our
problems,
land?
Yeah.
So a lot of young people, they ran to the city because there were white collar jobs, so that they can give a better life to their people. Who is defending? Who is defending the place today? Because our cultures made us run away too from the village.
Yes.
We're in the city. We have filled the city. Nobody's going to the village because there's nobody to defend the village, because the abled men have come to make food here, have come to make life here, and they've run away from culture. You are your father's whatever, something that you don't connect to, had promised one spirit that if you give me child, all my generation, and you're sleeping, and they will say in every family you can pick one. Everybody will run because you don't know who they're going to pick. You understand? So these are some of the issues that also, should I say, helped westernization. Westernization is great. It brought us a lot of things, but it also brought us to the town, and left the villages and stuff like that. So culture is great. But yeah, if there's room for it, which I believe there is, let's take the negative out and leave the positive. Let's all be happy as much as we can for the time that we have left.
Yeah. There are women who have shielded their children away from their husbands, people, and culture, and vice versa.
That's right.
As well.
That's right.
Right. Which is sometimes is not really born out of fear, but out of competition.
That's right. I totally agree. Now, my parents, they came from the same place, so we are everywhere. As far as we are concerned, we love this one, we love everybody. We have that privilege. But like you said, my husband's family, they come from a place where they know they go house because they don't know if they'll make it out alive. I'm sorry to put it out there.
Goodness.
Yes. I always wanted to, I never grew up wanting to marry from my village. I said, the world is big. Why would I come from here and finish my life here? So I always wanted to marry outside, and I loved the Yoruba culture. Now, I can't really take my children to my husband's place because he doesn't go. He doesn't speak. So I take them to my parents' place. Now, somebody looking in will say, why are they stronger? Just like my mother-in-law. So you understand why her family are stronger now. It's the same thing happening over and over and over again. So the tendency is for you to look for indigenship from your place, the wife. Because they can't even go there. So what are they looking for indigenship there? Because the children will not go. That's what it means. Patriarchy has been removed. What you'll find out is in the nearest future, because the children realize that, oh, well, what is the essence of the connection there? The men, because the women, they will marry, they will change their names. But the men might now decide to drop a particular name and embrace a particular culture again. So, but for couples who do that, I mean, me personally, I like the bigger the better, the more the merrier. That's me now, not before. Because you need support. The more people you know, they give somebody one appointment. You have the certificate, but you are a small family. You don't know anybody. You can't be begging for work. It's about relationship these days. So the more people you know, the more chances, of making it. Even if it's to buy food from you, you have to have relationship. So I think they should look in. I don't know. Maybe some people will have good reasons. Maybe because of cultural affiliations. But if it's just for selfish reasons, just for competition, it doesn't make sense to me. We should educate our children about how these things work. I am more connected to my children. I want to believe because I'm with them all the time. And he has to do the fatherly work of going to sacrifice his time and everything and provide for us.
Yeah.
But so what? I have to take them to once it's holiday. If we're not, we'll travel once a year to my parents. His mother is here. Once it's holiday, my daughter who is of age, she goes to the grandmother.
So what's your biggest marriage secret?
My biggest marriage secret
Yeah.
was that I watched porn. My husband didn't know that.
Not that.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
what's your biggest secret to success in marriage?
As far as it depends on you, live in peace with all men. You lay your bed the way you want it. It's you. It's you. If your in-laws are giving you headache, it's you. I'm sorry I'm saying that. It's not the water that the boat is floating on that makes it sink. It's the one that gets inside. Don't let it get to you. It's not easy. Easier said than done. Don't let it get to you. Don't try to prove anything to anybody. So it's in your hands. If your husband is not satisfying you sexually, why will I say it's you? You have to wait. People have issues.
Yeah.
It could be health issues like you pointed out. It could be whatever. It could be cheating issues. Be patient. Everybody has a cross. It's carrying, If you tell me you own, I'll be surprised. Hey! So me, I was thinking I was having a problem. If I tell somebody, the person will say, hey, you are not the one that is carrying the biggest problem. So to me, the secret to a successful marriage is in your hands. Not as a couple. I'm sorry. As an individual. You have to work out that salvation with fear and trembling. I'm talking to the man. I'm talking to the woman. After you people understand, how do I put it now? It's just you. You want him to come home so that we can eat, and you're angry because he hasn't come home on time to eat. Eat now. It's you. When he comes, let him eat. If that keeps repeating himself, then cancel that eating together now. Move with the waves. Let the waves take you to, you pull your sails and let it propel you to your own happiness. Even in marriage, there's individuality. So it's you. Find your happiness in the marriage. You will carry him along because you're not disturbing him and he's not running away. The moment he's coming at 2, you didn't come back. The children cannot sleep. Because of food again. Chop now, you have 2 rations. My sister, chop the meat. Where? He's not bathing with you. There's sponge that used to go to the back. Scrub your back. Is it not because of scrubbing back? He's not doing what he's supposed to be in bed. Do in bed. Maybe he's cheating outside. That can be deep and very painful and hurtful, honestly. Because you don't want to sin against God. You don't sin against the body. You don't want to feel filthy. That one, you fast and pray. You roll on the ground and tell God, that one
You look for help, right?
You look for help.
Yeah.
Not help from the people that can give you ad hoc work. You can give ad hoc work too. Because a lot of things can happen. You can get pregnant.
Yeah.
You can catch a disease that you yourself, you wonder. And you're sinning against God. What if you die? Let me say it. And you go to hell. All of us are running away from hell because of that. So pray for the one that God has given you is not working. God, this engine is not working. Help me. Is it money that we need to go and see a doctor? Is it me? Am I smelling? Am I?
It's interesting you say that because over and over again in the modern era, many women are advised to just turn away at the slightest opportunity and become single mothers or.
Tell me where there's no problem. Even in single motherhood. Are there no problems? I'm sorry. My nephew, he's 16. He never had, he had a father because, of course, somebody, somebody, the sperm came from someone.
Yeah.
But we don't know him. We never knew him. Up till today, he's 16. He said to my daughter, I wish my life was as smooth as yours. She told me 2 days ago. And that was when I realized that he was looking.
Wow.
Yes. He sees what my husband does with my children. No matter what he does it with him, it's not his father.
Wow.
I mean, isn't that good enough? It's not all about you now. It doesn't end on your head. It's a continuation. You're not the first person on this earth. You came and met a system. Do you have a better one? No. Until you do, follow follow the one that we know is good enough now. There are sins that lead you to having children, and the children are not a sin, and God has forgiven you. What do? The grandparents are there, they're helping as much as possible, and there's nothing we can do about that. God help us until we get that solution. But honestly, I keep telling people, children are even expensive. I'm telling you. Ha. So as much as you can stay away from trouble, just stay away from it. Yes. May God help us.
Yeah. And for those of you who find this very interesting, I assure you, you're still going to find a lot more value when you read this book. So pick up this book. We'll put a link in the description where you can find this book and be in touch with Elizabeth. So Elizabeth Sati Abdul Salam.
That's right.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And this is enormous, right? This is the first podcast I'm doing on marriage and relationship. And it's important that I did it with the right person. And thank you for being very vulnerable and open about yourself, your personal secrets, and your marriage. I hope you extend our greeting and regards to your husband for consenting to you publishing this and for saying things that ordinarily, especially in our very close culture,
That's right.
right? Because we don't talk about
No.
things like this in our
No.
culture.
Yeah.
But you saw it fit for other people to listen to you, to read about you and your mistakes and your successes so that they can learn. And I can see your drive in trying to help marriages to heal and to be successful. Thank you so much for opening up yourself, for talking to us today, for stopping by. It was an amazing moment.
It's amazing. You shared your stories, and I'm like, woo! So I learned a lot from you, and I'm gonna take it forward if you don't mind. I have to be
Sure.
asking for permission
Sure.
at all times these days before you go and hear your stories
Sure.
somewhere. So,
Sure.
but it's a pleasure being on your podcast, The
Yeah.
Future of Media. It's amazing. Thank you so much again
Yeah.
for having me.
Thank you. And please remember to subscribe. You're going to get more value, right? Because it's going to go bigger and bigger and bigger. Thank you so much.